A question which often comes up in exams relates to how human rights are protected or safeguarded. There are a number of ways that this can happen, especially in Northern Ireland. The first of these is the law. The obvious law in Northern Ireland is Section 75 of the Northern Ireland Act. But if you go back over your notes that you've made on this presentation, you will see that there are other acts as well, such as the Equal Pay Act. Another body which will help individuals when they feel they've been treated unfairly or their human rights have been infringed is the Equality Commission for Northern Ireland. The Equality Commission will support groups or individuals who feel they haven't been treated equally. They also provide advice for businesses to ensure that they are working within the law. OFM-DFM, the Office of the First Minister and Deputy First Minister, is also a Northern Ireland Government department which is designed to protect the rights of individual citizens. The job of OFM-DFM is, for example, to make sure that the other departments in the Northern Ireland Assembly are carrying out their duties with the best interests of the public in mind and making sure that everything that they do is in line with equality laws. OFM-DFM is also in charge of promoting equality of opportunity for everyone in Northern Ireland. They must tackle social disadvantage and meet the needs of anyone who has been a victim of the troubles in the past. OFM-DFM must also promote equal opportunity in terms of an inclusive society and must promote and protect the rights of everyone in Northern Ireland. The final thing that OFM-DFM must do is make sure that investment comes into Northern Ireland from outside. The Northern Ireland Human Rights Commission, like the Equality Commission, was set up under the Good Friday Agreement to ensure that human rights in Northern Ireland are respected. The video clip on YouTube, and the URL is below, is a very good link to explain. It's a short video clip which explains the role of the Northern Ireland Human Rights Commission. The first role of the Northern Ireland Human Rights Commission is to advise government departments on their duties under human rights law to make sure that they apply proper human rights standards. They give advice about how government departments in Northern Ireland should act if they want to comply with human rights law. If the Human Rights Commission becomes aware that there has been a large-scale violation of human rights, they can either support people who are taking their own case, or they can take a case against a particular organisation. They did this, for example, recently when they went to court to change the law which says that people who are not married cannot be considered for adoption. They argued that this was discrimination and that the law needs to be changed so that children can be placed with a couple who are appropriate to their needs rather than ruling some couples out simply because they aren't married. The Human Rights Commission also has the right to investigate if they feel there may be an abuse of someone's human rights. Recently, they carried out an investigation into how older people are treated in nursing homes to ensure that they are being treated with the dignity, respect and equality to which they're entitled. They're currently doing some research and investigation into racist hate crime and how it is dealt with. The fourth area that the Human Rights Commission can be involved in is educating. They make sure that the public know about their rights and also that people working in public bodies know that they have a duty to respect people's rights. They also work, for example, with the Department of Education to make sure that human rights education is included in the Northern Ireland curriculum. Social responsibility is to do with our individual responsibilities to make sure that people are treated equally and with dignity in our own community and across the world. In other words, it is our responsibility or how we contribute to protecting human rights. There are a number of ways in which we can all be more socially responsible. The first of these is volunteering. Some people will volunteer to collect money for a charity in the street on a Saturday afternoon. Other people may volunteer to work in a charity shop or to take part in a fundraising event to raise money for a charity to improve the quality of life for others. Another way in which we can be socially responsible is to give money to organisations, for example Christian Aid, so that they can help people around the world and guarantee basic standards of living. It's possible to contact politicians, people that we have elected, such as MPs, councillors, MLAs, to make them aware of local issues or international issues where we would like them to bring about change. For example, we could ask them to provide better sports facilities for young people, or we could ask them to discuss issues such as antisocial behaviour. Politicians will often take action when they're contacted by people who have elected them, because they will want to be elected the next time there's an election. Signing petitions is something else that people can do. This shows support for a particular case. Governments often listen to what is said in a petition because they risk being voted out of power if they don't hear what the people are saying. Some people will take part in peaceful protests or demonstrations to show governments that they are not happy with decisions that are being made or laws that are being passed. Some pressure groups will hold protests to raise awareness of particular issues, such as anti-war rallies or protests to end third world debt. Some people may even join a pressure group, such as Greenpeace, Amnesty International, Oxfam, Friends of the Earth. Pressure groups can lobby government, run campaigns to raise awareness, they can collect money, produce educational materials for schools, they can organise demonstrations and publicity events to make awareness of certain causes at home and around the world.